Hello everyone, welcome to another session in Python for natural language processing. In the previous video we have looked at control structures. Particularly we have seen control if and control for. In this video we would like to look at control while loop, in other words. Anything we can do with for can be done with control while, but it does it in a different fashion. As long as a test holds true, a block of statements can run iteratively with a while loop. Let's look at the syntax. While you have a test expression, then a colon, then you have a block of statements. So when the test expression is true, the block of statements apply. Example for this will be while count is less than 3, count plus equal to 1, print count. What it does is, while the count is less than 3, it goes on, prints the count, right? And this counter increment is here. Anyway, we'll look at it practically. Let's assign a string to the word the English and Foreign Languages University. We have assigned the string the English and Foreign Languages University to the word. Let's have a count which is equal to 0. Then let's start using while loop. While count is less than length of the word, right, colon, print count, and let me use a tab so that prints a tab away, word count right. Let's use another method, the method upper, if you remember. Okay, then we need to use count plus 1. The increment has to be used, otherwise it will go into infinitive loop and it doesn't work. Now let's see what happens. Okay, look at this. What happened? It has printed all the letters of the string which are given, including the space. Space is also a character. How did it work? We have assigned the string the English and Foreign Languages University to the word. We have also assigned 0 to count. Then while this count is less than length of the word. What is the length of the word? If you count, it will come to 43 characters, including 0, right? That is actually 44 characters. And then it prints, when this is true, it prints the count. It prints 0 first. With a tab, it prints the first letter, right? Is it possible to print 1 from 1 here? You need 1 here and T, 2 for here, 3 here. You can try that, right? Okay. This is what a while loop does. Similar to for or if, while can be nested. That is, while can nest itself. While can nest itself. Let me use the heading. Nested while. Okay, let me insert a cell below. And then now let me see how we can work it out. Word, we assign, let's say a word like Python, right? Then let's use count 0, while count is less than length of the word what is the length of the word print. What should print? It should print word with the count. We have done this in the previous program, right? So when you run it, it will print the word, but we need a count plus is equal to 1. So it will print Python like what it did earlier, P Y T H O N, one after another vertically, and there will not be any tab. Now let's take another count, which is 1, which is more than, which has to be more than the count. Then while other count is less than count plus 1, less than count plus 1, print. Let's print with a tab in front, and then the word from 0 to other count, from 0 to other count. Then what is other count? What's happening to other count? Other count has to increase, right? Incremental other count. Now what we see here is there is a while loop. Within that while loop there is another while loop. What does this program do? Shall we run and see? Yes. Look at this. It has printed P by the first while loop, and second while loop prints that letter which it has taken. Again goes back, prints the second letter or second character in the word, and it prints both the first character and the second character, right? Prints both because it is the range we have taken, 0 to other count. That's why it is printing both PY. So PY, PYT, PYT. So what do we see here? A while loop is embedded within another while loop. This is what we call nested while, nothing else. In fact, nesting can also be with other control structures. Nesting other control structures. What are the other control structures? We have already seen for loop and if conditional, right? Let's look at an example of that. What we can do is, let's take a word. Let's take a word like department. Okay, then let's take the vowels. What are the vowels? A, E, I, O, U. Okay, count 0 while count is less than length of the word. So we want the iteration now. What should it do? It should take the letter is, what is the letter? Letter is that letter whichever we have taken, that is the index, count 0, so it is word 0. What will be the word 0? D, right? Now it takes that, and then if that letter is not in vowels, If it is not there in the vowels, then print the letter. Okay, then count plus 1. Don't forget to have incremental count, right? Otherwise it will get stuck. Okay, now word is department. Department is assigned to the word. A, I, U are the vowels. This is also string. Then count is 0. Then what we have, loop here for iteration, less than the length of the word. If the count is less than the length of the word, then it should assign word count to the letter. And if that letter, D let's say, if it is not in vowels, print that letter. If it is in vowels, it will break, right? That's not given. Let's run this program and see. Look at how there is a problem with that. There is a problem. What's the problem? Yeah, the problem is that we haven't got the assignment operator, right? That's what it shows here. So let's run the program now. Yes, it has worked. And what has it printed? It has printed all the consonants of the word, right? If it has looked at each character and then it saw whether it exists in vowels. If it doesn't exist, it gives you a print of that character. If I remove not, what happens? What happens? It should print vowels, right? Let's see. Okay, it has printed vowels. So you're learning now. You can use not operator here to get the consonants, and you remove the not operator, you get the vowels. What's happening in this program? You have a while loop. Within while loop, you have if loop, right? So you have a control structure within another control structure. We are using if control within while control. Okay, let me run this again because I have used run. Yes. Okay. So now let's look at another command. Remember, with if we use else. When the condition is not true, then else will work. Similarly, with while also we can use else. Let me take the heading. Okay, while else. So this is what we're going to look at. So let me insert a cell below and start looking at a program. So what will this program do? Let's take step by step and see what it does. So I am assigning the vowels, right? 2 vowels, A, I, O, U. Then let me take a string. Okay, this is Hari Prasad. I've taken a string, this is Hari Prasad. Then let me have a counter, because I always need a counter when I'm using while here. Counter is 0. Then I'm going to use vowel count. Can you understand what I'm doing now? I'm trying to count the number of vowels in this string. That's why I've taken vowel count. Okay, while counter is less than the length of the word. Okay, we are taking counter is less than the length of the word. Then what happens? If word counter, I have to take a square brackets because it's an index. If that letter is in vowels, okay, what should it do? It should count the vowel. It will increase the vowel count. So from 0 to 1, if that is true. Okay, then I also need a counter to increment, because the while loop has to iterate, right? So this is what is happening now. Once this is done, that is, if the word counter is not in vowels and the counter length of the word is not true, else what should it do? It should print. It should print there are vowel count, right? Vowel count. I will vowels in this word, right? When the counter is not less than the length of the word, that is more, it breaks, right? That it's not true anymore. It will not reiterate, right? It comes out. Else it prints the vowel count, whatever vowel count which is done. Okay, let's run and see the program. Look at this. There are 6 vowels in this word. In the word, which is the word? This is Hari Prasad. You can see I1, there is another 2, there is a 3, 4, 5, 6. So let me change the word and see. Let's use our university's name. How many vowels are there in this? There are 13 vowels in the word the English and Foreign Languages University, right? So what have we learned today? We have looked at while loop, right? It functions like for, but it has a different syntax. What it does is, you have a test expression. As long as the test expression is true, the block of statements will apply. The syntax is, you use the word while first, then you use the test expression, then a colon. After that you give block of statements with a tab space, as we did with the if. We have to give it a tab space. So we have seen one example where all the letters of the string are printed one by one. So there is iteration of this printing as long as the count is less than the length of the word. And we have seen nested while, that is a while loop within another while loop. And the third thing we have seen is other control structures can also be nested. We have seen that in a particular word, if there is a vowel, it should print vowel. If there is no vowel, it is printing consonant. So it's checking only not in vowels. In fact, if you don't want vowels to be printed, if you don't want consonants to be printed, we can remove not, we can get only vowels, right? And the last one which we have seen is else. When the while condition is not true, while the expression with the while is not true, something else should work. Like in if else, here too else works with while in the same way, right? That's all for this session. Thank you. Let's meet in the next video.